Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Strafe Gal. Taking a break from the games I'm in the middle of to try this one out, and I wanted to do it as a video because this seems like one of the first games by Supergiant that I'm probably going to be doing on this. Supergiant's an amazing company. They put out some great games, and this one seems very up my alley. It is a roguelike action RPG based around Greek mythology. It looks really cool. I'm going to go ahead and dive right in.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Okay.
Goodbye, Father.
So we are getting right into the action.
To hell with this place. Get out of here.
So the basic controls seem to just be really straightforward. You've got an attack, you've got a dash.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
Got a kind of spell, which when you throw, you have to recover, which is a really neat kind of original idea. Push the wrong button there. And you have a special attack for your weapon, which in this case is the ground slam there. So, real simple basics, but as you can see, very clean graphics, it controls really well, and there's lots of little details that go into it, like as I push there there's a wall slam. So if you push an enemy into a wall, you get a bonus.
It's got to be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
I also love the storytelling from what I've seen of this. Right off the bat, we start out, en media res, we start going through, we immediately figure out, without having to be monologued at, that Zagreus is the son of Hades. And as soon as we do this,
Hail,
we
noble
discover...
cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
So we figure out, just from this one little introductory scene, that the gods of Olympus are helping the son of Hades escape from his father's realm. So we get different options here. Every time you make contact with one of the gods, you get 3 options for bonuses that affect different aspects of your movement and ability. So we're going to go with Divine Strike.
Thank you, goddess. Your power fused with mine. This should be good.
So our sword now is stronger. And we can also use it. It said deflect. So we can bounce projectiles back. If you've played Bastion, you're probably familiar with what the kind of game Supergiant does. And this is right on par with those as far as its action. It's very has a lot of good little reactive things that you could do.
Can't heal myself, but I can fight.
Right there. Again, just part of the dialogue. I can't heal myself, but I can fight. So you know from this, you can't by default heal yourself. Picking up different resources as we go. Picking up gold. We picked up some shadow essence. We don't get told immediately what those are for. Kind of have to figure out as you go.
Right there. That ought to keep me going for a bit.
So now we had our first time
Each
where we
exit
get
has its
to
own reward.
choose between two exits, and we can see this one has that shadow icon again, whereas this one has a key. Shadow icon
Louts.
gets used for one kind of upgrade in between, and basically all of the different resources we can collect have their own little things that they get used for. Just to be clear, I did watch somebody play this for a little bit earlier.
They absorb my blow.
So that's why I know some of the stuff and was excited to jump into it. Okay, so let's see
Where
what
now?
we got. I want to go this way. So the yellow health bars on enemies are enemies with
Weak.
armor. They have less stun lock. Like we're not pushing the guy back as easily when he has his armor up.
A palm of power.
So
Gods
pomegranates
give me
have
strength.
power. They upgrade the gifts of the gods. Makes sense. So we're now going another
Stronger.
bonus there. I'm not 100% sure what these two icons are. So let's go this way.
Wretches.
Again, you kind of use the environment in interesting ways, luring enemies into traps and stuff like that. I also just noticed for the first time that chandelier is a really cool little side effect. And there is no escape. So it didn't make it too terribly far. That's okay. It's a roguelike. And in this particular case, it is a roguelike that is tied
I'm
to
home. Yes, carry on, everyone.
Progression.
Don't mind me.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
So the way they
Indeed.
justify your roguelike experience where you keep dying and trying again is every
Back
time you
already?
die, you get sent back to the Hall of Hades because you're dead.
You are irritating me, boy. Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go, see for yourself.
There's a good boy.
The dog has enough troubles of his own.
You've returned.
The House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the Underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
You know I can hear you, old man.
Good to see you, lad, despite the circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
Again, just from small interactions, we get to see these
You have come
really
home.
cool little character developments.
Do not despair and hold to your resolve, child. Tell me something. Has the goddess Athena thus been true to her word and her willingness to lend you her support?
She has, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact and explained to her the situation that I'm in.
It gladdens me to hear it. Seldom do Olympians consort with those born of the underworld. Yet your circumstances seemed due cause for an exception. She shall make a powerful ally.
What news, Spirit?
Okay.
Hey, room. I'm back.
The bedchambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it? Night and darkness guide me.
We're gonna go with that, because it seems...
Excellent.
He pointed out right away, healing is really hard to come by. We just spent a shadow essence to give ourselves the ability to heal every time we enter a new chamber. Once we get up to 30 or 50, we can do some more interesting bonuses that give us a lot more sustainability.
Okay.
We can also use this key to unlock a
Let's see
weapon.
what's in here. Coronacht, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal some depth. Over here. I can escape through that pink window there.
Okay. So if you do it as it flashes there, you get a crit.
Oops. I can do this. First get past the wretched shades of Tartarus. Easier said than done. And doubtless I'll be running into Meg. The River of Flame ought to be just beyond. Find a way up to Elysium from there, and after that... Alright, let's give it another shot.
So you can pick which weapon you want to use. We're gonna try the
Bye,
bow
everyone.
this time. And we're right back where we started.
Thunder. Is that... Is this really him? Okay. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Greetings there, young man. Look, your father's always been rather difficult, and he has not so much as called in quite some time. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
Wrecked from Zeus here. Okay. Cast becomes a burst lightning, which could be useful. You know what? Cast didn't
Lord
seem
Uncle
good by
Zeus
itself.
lending his support. I never thought I'd see the day. Or night. Whenever.
Composed of such innumerable, ever-shifting, interlocking chambers, the underworld of Lord Hades all but guarantees the dead shall there remain until the end of time.
So again,
Good thing I'm not dead.
now, this is where it gets really interesting. The blessings that the gods give are not always the same. The three options are not like, there's not just three options for Zeus. So the run I watched earlier, he had an option where when he dashed, it would give him lightning reaction. I'm going with the cast. So it's different. That is cool.
Good night.
Okay, we've got another key.
This can unlock something back home.
And it looks like the only option we've got here is this icon. Okay. I'm not sure I'm enjoying the gameplay as much, but it's interesting.
Nice.
Coin from the dead. Okay, so a lot of gold. I would really like to upgrade my weapon, or unlock all the weapon options so I can try them out.
More. This can unlock a weapon back at home.
Okay, I think going towards this little bow and arrow symbol when we have a bow and arrow seems like a good idea. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say like Apollo or Artemis. Probably Artemis.
Numbskulls.
Numbskulls, that's pretty good.
Divine arrow. There's only one heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of
Nice.
Hades, Olympus, I accept.
I heard about you. Look, I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so Maybe it'll help you too.
Your dash attack deals more damage. After you hit, fire a seeking arrow. Okay. Sure.
I sure could use some company now that she mentions it. The power of the hunt sounds handy too.
So this one looks like Shadow. That's good. And again, getting 1 health back per.
They're armored.
So basically, those seeking arrows are just giving me a little bit more substance, I guess. A little more oomph behind my attacks.
Keep it up.
I was not expecting the dash to go that far.
The underworld's power.
Okay. There's our Shadow.
Sure.
And this is a shop.
They got me. No way to patch up. Got to keep going.
Let's see. Chance for enemies to drop health items.
I'll
I'm
just
okay
take
with
this
that.
one.
The next boon you find will have an upgraded rarity, or your cast deals more damage for three encounters. I can afford all 3, so let's just try all 3. And that's going to be an upgrade on one of my things in the next room.
That was for last time.
There we go.
Delicious.
Power up our... Yeah, let's keep going on the cast.
Thank
I'm
you,
digging the
gods.
cast. That looks like Zeus. Which we'll get a rare icon for. Or bag with this. Let's try this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Feels like a challenge room. Whoa, those are like a seeking effect. Focus on defense.
Oh, damn it!
Okay.
Stupid skeleton twins.
Much like the other Supergiant games, there is
Looks
a
like
lot
you
of
really
good.
took the heat from one of those bloodless burn flingers back there, didn't you? I know how tempting it can be to try and catch those fiery explosive bombs they throw, but if I might offer you a bit of personal advice, you really shouldn't do that.
Noted.
Keep at it, lad. I've known great men throughout my life, and I can always tell when someone's better than their circumstances. Fight like I'd fight out there.
I'll give them hell as you once did, Achilles. Though doubtless many of the shades who stand against me first arrived in Tartarus because of you. Who's that sniveling shade to your immediate left there, father? Already found someone new to do the busy work, and here I thought I was utterly indispensable.
That shade boy is my newly designated contractor.
Nice.
One whose responsibility is to work on this house. Though who shall pay for everything my subjects here demand, I do not know.
You're trying to guilt me into funding the exorbitant furnishings you desire.
Perhaps once we are finished with repairs for all the carnage you have sown throughout my realm, then we might finally have time for all the needed renovations that have piled up.
Some sort of special offer for me, my good shade. Work authorized. A fountain chamber in the depths of Tartarus sounds like an excellent idea.
This will modify what types of rooms show up.
What once was a small lounging area within the House of Hades now is sealed off, in utter shambles, since the multi-headed Cerberus tore the space apart, warning the missing prince.
Cerberus destroyed the lounge again?
Darkness guide you, child. You have outgrown this house. Of that I am now certain. Should you return again here, I shall keep you safe.
I won't forget you, Nyx, I swear it.
Okay, let's see. I don't think we can do much with 10 or with the 2 keys.
I should go.
Yeah. So we're gonna go right in.
Darkness, give me strength.
Oh crap. I wanted this switch back. Okay, we're doing this, I guess. I was gonna switch back to the sword.
That looks like a Daedalus hammer. Enchantments for my weapon.
Your special pierces foes. Your attack deals 300% damage to distant foes. 300% damage in an area, but charges slower. Yes, please.
Daedalus, wherever you may be right now, thank you. Well.
Okay, never mind. I'm okay with this. This is going to play very differently.
A key to a weapon.
Okay, so we're up to 3 now. We've got the bow, so let's go back. All right, ahead and go with Artemis again. One of the joys of roguelikes is that sometimes you get something that just is awesome, and sometimes you get good combinations. Sometimes you get crappy ones.
How'd you get your hands on a nice bow like that? You take good care of Coronat for me, so I can try it too once you're up here.
Your attack is 50% stronger with a chance. Your cast seeks foes, or your dash attack is 100%. We're gonna keep going deadly.
Artemis, guide my hand.
So since those are different bonus types, they stack. So we're doing that Artemis
More
bonus
trouble.
on top of the bonus we already had.
You're dead. All mine.
This is also probably a good time to point out. I started saying earlier, one of the things Supergiant has always done really well is the writing in their games as well. I think that was health. This one is... I'm not sure. I think this is the one we've... Crit chance. Okay, so that's just the money one.
Want all this?
We've already got... That's a challenge room, so let's try this. Because why would I want to do a challenge room?
I think I
It's
hear
a
the
survival
river.
game. Oh.
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business,
Okay.
taking in the
Charon
sights, and
has a
hey,
shop.
what's that? You got some sort of...
I guess we'll do... Let's
Cheers,
do the
mate.
palm.
They must have lots of these upon Olympus.
The infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about, available for sale to whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
That would be me.
Money again.
Pests. More, huh?
Looks like that's the only one. But yeah, Supergiant does a great job with their writing. They always do an amazing job with voice work.
Let's go, lads.
Ooh, who's this? Athena. Okay.
She is your mother, as I understand? We Olympians rarely consort with the chthonic
Oh,
gods.
nice.
Though Nyx herself reached out to me about your plight, and I was spurred to act.
Let's do... Find Dash.
Strength of the goddess.
So now I will be deflecting things as I dash. Seems good.
Must be the fountain chamber I commissioned back at home.
Nice. So this is a healing chamber. We actually didn't end up needing it, but...
A place of calm and respite, whilst perhaps unimaginable in the underworld, occasionally is to be...
And not a moment too soon.
Apparently I have to partake.
To my health, although I'm full.
Gems, or we can get more shadow. I'm feeling like let's try something new. Do the
been this far.
gems.
Gemstones. Mine now.
Okay.
Let's see what's in here.
I'm not really using cast, so we're not going to do that one, but we'll do the other two.
I can use this.
I'm okay with getting a more palm.
Brimstones.
But yeah, the main thing I wanted to point out was we've had no repeated dialogue. All of the tutorials are built
What do
in
we have here?
or just addressed as they come up. There's no real Like, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It doesn't feel like they're, like, overly aggressive about it or patronizing about it
Thank
either.
you for your support.
Yes. Pomegranates.
Next.
So it looks like that's a generator, like in Gauntlet or something. Whoa, okay. Okay.
Power of Olympus.
We're just gonna keep boosting
You honor me.
here. Wow. This combination's really solid.
Good enough to eat.
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter
Okay.
of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the underworld prince's.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
So this is the first boss.
Well, this is awkward.
Halt, Zagreus. Not one step further.
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back, like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way.
A man after my own heart.
Protect it. Ow.
Whoa. Okay.
You little brat.
Little bit too aggressive. But hey, for a third run,
Cheers for that, Meg.
second decent run, I felt like that was pretty solid.
What? Oh, wow, so Megara herself got you last time. That must have been intense. She's fast and strong and beautiful. And, anyway, I hope the fates are nicer to you next time.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Didn't hear you come in.
What are those shades muttering about?
You'll get the hang of it out there, lad. For all our sparring practice, there's no teacher like the real thing. Now then, I have something for you.
What, wait, you're giving me your codex? I can't accept something like this.
Please, I insist. I want your love of history to grow, not just your love of warfare. Besides, maybe you can finish out the rest of it.
I'm grateful.
Okay. So there are all kinds of notes here, weapons, and you unlock the lore by interacting.
Father, what happened to the lounge? The only place for anyone to have a little fun around here, and you seal it shut.
Oh, I had little choice about that boy. You see, after you fled the first time, Cerberus, why, he was very much upset. Utterly tore the place to shreds. It's now under repair. All thanks to you.
You're really blaming me for not minding the dog while I was out and while you all were here.
I lay the blame entirely upon you, yes. Who else? It's fortunate that Cerberus has calmed himself since then. Come to his senses, I should say. May you yet come to yours.
Okay, I think gems are for this. Yeah, I really don't want to do that.
Though your journeys take you elsewhere, still it pleases me to see you, child.
Likewise, Nix.
We've only got 20 here, but that actually gives us another art between levels.
There.
We're going to go ahead and pop over here, and I believe we should be able to unlock either of the other weapons that we've got sitting here. I want to try the spear.
Let's try it.
We've got 4 keys, let's try it.
Baratha, the Eternal Spear. Join my pursuit.
What'd you get? What'd you get? Nice! Felt nothing there, sorry. Almost felt that. Whoa, yeah!
The courtyard of the House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies beyond.
It's not that orderly, really. Through all that, the way to the surface.
Forgot I was going to check in with...
You really ripped the lounge to pieces, boy? I hope you didn't get yourself in too much trouble. I'm sorry to have worried you like that.
The guilt-racked monster Cerberus admits to committing the crime, expressing some remorse for having implicated the incendiary prince.
Cheer up, boy. It'll be all right.
Okay, so this seems like a good spot to take a quick break. Hopefully you're enjoying. I know I am. There's a lot to explore here. I love the way that it is both very... It starts you over refresh each time, but at the same time you are still building. You are still making progress. I like the way the story changes and reacts based on how you die and what you react to. Yeah, it's really neat. It's something Supergiant does really well. It's, you know, it's a great action roguelike, and it's a lot of fun. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.